Egotistical, yeah, but I figured it out what they're trying to say to me. Alright, so. Jackie's See You in Hell skills. Prince Vegeta on YouTube. Motivation, enhancement videos. In life, nothing comes easy, right? We all know that. We knew that he was going to say that, but that's where the motivation comes from. But it's not motivation, right? Motivation is slow. You have to have motivation. Just like I was saying over, they were asking me some of the things to say to people about how I survived 3 years without food when I was out on my pass today to get the identification. I said I had to drink a lot of meal replacement drinks and exercise like no tomorrow to keep meat on my skin, or I would have my skin would have ripped off my bones and I would have died like that, like rotted. But I didn't say it like that, obviously, because I would have scared people. I said the right things. I won't say that the other thing I said, the funny about how other people that exercise, crazy around here, want to keep their, yeah, they try. So there's a man, okay, I will say it, I said it. There's a man that tries extremely hard. But how much is he eating of the food here, right? No matter how much you run with that weighted vest. Okay, so to give him a tip, he's young. You're still young. Listen to your elders, right? We all know what's going to happen with this weighted vest and his running, right? He's running lots with that weighted vest. He's trying to lose the weight. Nothing, no amount of exercise is going to help you lose the weight. And that weighted vest is going to kill your back in a few years. And then you're going to blame the meds, right? Not the fact you had thirds at dinner time, right? Some people will allow pride, this sin, the so-called sin, to become a useful tool. Thus fight to maintain having the vital existence that was wanted in that situation. I'll use that example first because I have another example, one that just occurred. And I'll probably get in a lot of trouble for posting it today on YouTube, so I can try tomorrow and then he didn't know, she'll forget about it. Nobody lives. Now here's for the nurses, if your patients think you're so hard and tough on, right? If you were still in jail, what would have happened to you, right? What, they hate me. Well, if you want out so bad and want to go back to that lifestyle, when you go back to jail, there's a lot of me's in jail that aren't going to be so, controlled of their anger with you for those things that you're doing that is not nice in jail to do, right? Yeah, they all like to do it, eh? Yeah, they like to do it. Okay, I'm posting this on Facebook. I'll just leave the main parts out so that I won't watch it and then she won't know, right? All right, so nobody lives as if everything is perfect. The quietest or calmest people probably going through some more pain than those who shout naggity all day, right? Shout naggity, right? Well, people that are calm, more shit going on in their lives probably, right? Right? Maybe not more, but something, right? They're probably calm because maybe they're high and battling an addiction themselves, right? Or, they just, maybe she's that sexy. So, about the things that one could change when shouting. those agonistic cries. While the one that's calm or quiet remains gripped, but made it useful, or gripped out of control, out of environmental control or birth-given rights to control their own destiny even, right? And that is how I look at the other one and say, when this one's peeing his pants, well, how many people I say, well, maybe we should give him a catheter, right? And I look at her and I say, how many people do you want to give a catheter to, right? And then the nurse laughing. The nurse trying not to laugh, right? Trying to remain calm through all this going on at the nurse's station. Well, they have to for work. Maybe that's why, right? You know, people can cower behind the excuse or the pretenses. How many pretenses have we heard in jail, right? Cower behind those excuses about your pretense, right? But all humans have potential to do what they want. If she wanted to smoke weed, do you know what would happen? She would leave property. Not me, the other woman. She would leave property for 6 months if she smoked weed. That's why, okay, I can't get that far into the situation, but we're going to shut up there about her, but something went wrong, put it that way. It's a matter of how living in pipe dreams or making discipline work. You only have yourself. I mean, quote Sarah Judge, but you only have yourself to blame, and only you can change. You only have yourself to blame for not entirely, but if you're in a situation where you can have choices, usually sometimes the first one gets it and it was really bad, but the second kill not going to get killed if they didn't test it, right? Other people may try to chat in envy for a second to see if you get an answer exactly how they expect you to tell it to them. That it's hard to have pride and maintain a healthy body, and then slam it down your face with a rude comment stating that your language and wording wasn't what they were liking to hear from you about how your answer was about how to do it when they asked you. And you said to them, are you going to get mad at me if I answer you? And that happened. Well, just laugh, because that's envy. Because she is not happy, right? No. Nothing but a pipe dream with a refusal to have discipline, right? She thinks she's okay, so I'll tell you all how to get a good shaped body, and you're gonna be mad. All of you will. That's why I said to her, you will be mad if I tell you, right? You'll throw it in my face and say that's not good. So should I tell you? When we were 18, what did we do to stop eating, right? We went a full day. It starts with one full day and going to bed without a single bite to eat, right? So it's not the meds. It's not the fact you're not exercising enough and putting enough. It's not the meds and it's not the exercise. It's because he was on the ward for a month before he got privileges. So all he did was eat, and he can't get out of the eat again. It's hard. No matter how much he's exercising, running around 3 times a day in the hospital property with the weighted vest, it's not as hard as going a day without eating. And that's what you have to do, right? It's not the hospital's fault. You only have yourself to blame for the same thing that you did to do that. And that's the thing, isn't it? For everyone, that's what everyone, woman want. Every guy want mom? You have to try to do it again, or you'll lose the weight, right? The weight of the world, right? Because life's not meant to be easy. Nothing comes easy in life. You wanted to maintain that 18-year-old figure, you had to do the things, right? You had to not eat that sandwich that made us gain the weight after all that years if they want to stay like that without having to do it again, right? To stay in the 120 position. You want to go below the 120 positions? Do you think any of them can without doing that again? No. I was at 280 pounds when I was an alcoholic. I went down below 100 through my on my worst time in my 3 years going fast up. I was down to like 65 pounds. You didn't see me. Why? I was locked up. I didn't have a phone access. You might have talked to me on the ward computer. I weighed under 80 pounds because I was doing that. Yeah. And the only reason I was living was because of the exercising that was keeping flesh being worked to keep it stuck to me. Right? I am a God. I'm saying do not bow before me. I'm saying you have the power to be too. All living things are just envious, prideless. They're called sins for you. They're not sins. That was given to you for a reason, to test you. Think about that. I'll tell you, pride is what everyone has, is giving the egotistical opinion to have the envious opinion. But if you make pride useful and say, I want this, and get it. Don't use your pipe dreams. Pipe dreams are pipe dreams. You're not going to be president unless you can be. If you're qualified, right? Well, Trump, the I am the only, well, I guess it was a fascist. Fascism won in the States, right? But Iran's, he probably said to the atomic industry that, the election was rigged because he said he was going to blow up Iran's nuclear plants when they were like almost ready with it. Yeah, peace out.